Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text number 43. Krishne Swadhamopagate Dharma Jnanadibhi Saha Kalau Nashtadrisham Esha Puranarko Dhunotitaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Bhagavata Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. Purport. Lord Krishna has his eternal Dhama or abode where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia. And his eternal abode is a manifestation of his internal energy, whereas the material world is a manifestation of his external energy. When he descends on the material world, he displays himself with all paraphernalia in his internal potency, which is called Atmamaya. In the Bhagavad-gita, the Lord says that he descends by his own potency, Atmamaya. His form, name, fame, paraphernalia, abode, etc. are not therefore creations of matter. He descends to reclaim the fallen souls and to re-establish codes of religion which are directly enacted by him. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. Either he or suitable person empowered by him can dictate the codes of religion. Real religion means to know God, our relationship with him, and our duties in relationship with him, and to know ultimately our destination after leaving this material body. The conditioned souls who are entrapped by the material energy hardly know all these principles of life. Most of them are like animals engaged in eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. They are mostly engaged in sense enjoyment under the pretension of religiosity, knowledge, or salvation. They have nothing to do with spiritual knowledge or godly religious life. They are blind that they cannot see anything beyond the jurisdiction of subtle mind, intelligence, or ego. But they are very much proud of their advancement in knowledge, science, and material prosperity. They can risk their lives to become a dog or a hog just after leaving the present body, for they have completely lost sight of the ultimate aim of life. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, appeared before us just a little prior to the beginning of Kali Yuga, and he returned to his eternal home practically at the commencement of Kali Yuga. While he was present, he exhibited everything by his different activities. He spoke the Bhagavad-gita specifically and eradicated all pretentious principles of religiosity, and prior to his departure from this material world, he empowered Sri Vyasadeva through Narada to compile the messages of Srimad-Bhagavatam. And thus both the Bhagavad-gita and Bhagavatam are like torchbearers for the blind people of this age. In other words, if men in this age of Kali want to see the light of life, they must take to these two books only, and their aim of life will be fulfilled. Bhagavad-gita is a preliminary study of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Srimad-Bhagavatam is the summum bonum of life, Lord Shri Krishna personified. We must therefore accept Srimad-Bhagavatam as a direct representation of Lord Krishna. One who can see Srimad-Bhagavatam can see also Lord Krishna in person. They are identical. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So this verse is from the beginning part of Canto 1 of Srimad-Bhagavatam. where the Srimad-Bhagavata Purana is compared to a brilliant sun that has arisen after Lord Krishna wound up his pastime after appearing 5,000 years back. After 125 years, he wound up his pastimes, and he has his eternal abode in the spiritual world, the topmost planet in the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavana, is a Lord who, the Supreme Lord, Govindam Adipurusham. It is He who appears in each Brahmanda, in each Brahma's day, once a day of each Brahma, he appears and exhibits his wonderful pastimes, which we are all aware what happened 5,000 years back. All the wonderful leelas, and which was, Krishna is like the sun, the Surya of Satchidananda. As soon as Krishna wound up his pastimes, the beginning of Kali Yuga, complete darkness engulfed this world. It is at that time that Vyasadeva, the literary incarnation of Krishna himself, he composed this literature of Srimad-Bhagavatam on the instruction of Narada Rishi. And this Bhagavatam is considered to be again, Lord Krishna appeared and then he wound up his pastime. And then again Krishna's Bhagavata, this literature, is like the sun, brilliant sun, that has come, that has manifested after Krishna's disappearance. So Bhagavatam is nothing but Krishna himself, his pastimes between him and his devotees, from beginning to end. It's glorification of the Supreme Lord and his unlimited expansions. So those who are hearing the Bhagavata Katha, means from the pure devotee, if they hear this Bhagavatam, then they immediately become Krishna conscious. And Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. If every day you are hearing Srimad-Bhagavatam, you remain in spiritual light or in spiritual knowledge. Otherwise, the influence of Kali Yuga is so much that we have to fall into ignorance. And it described here what is falling into ignorance. Falling into ignorance means you live a life of eating, sleeping, mating, defending without knowing the purpose of why you are born. And then you run the risk of again going back into the animal body, losing all your freedom, beautiful freedom that you have as a human being. That much freedom is not there in animal body. And then once you go into the animal body, there is no end. There are 84 lakh species of life, which we are seeing everywhere. If somebody asks, if you ask someone, do you want to be a mosquito or you want to be a human being? What will you choose? But potentially you can become a mosquito. Or you want to become a snake or human being? Human being. So many species of life. All animals are in constant fear. Have you observed that? Do you want a life of being constantly in fear? It's very bad. Most of the time we are not in fear. This is a quality of human body. But an animal is constantly in fear. You go near a bird, it'll fly away. Go near a cat, it'll run away. Go near a snake, it'll run away. They're constantly in fear. Horrible. Animal body means, some foolish people will say, so what, I like to be a cat. Why not? You are thinking that you will be in a cat in a human consciousness. No. When you become cat, you will be in the cat consciousness. Huh? So, the Srimad-Bhagavatam is a literature. If you hear and understand, then you understand the purpose of life. You become a devotee of Krishna. And instead of going down into an animal species of life, you go back to Godhead, back to Krishna. See the difference? But foremost effort for any of these things, either to go back to Krishna in the spiritual world, in the Vaikuntha Loka, or into one of the species of life, 84 lakh species of life. Out of 84 lakh species of life, 4 lakh human species are there. Human species means different levels of consciousness, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. If you're tamasic, then you will be born in a slum. Is it not? The reality, there are human beings who are in very low consciousness also on this earth, who have very bad karma. According to your karma, you will take different kinds of the human birth. Nobody can remain in the present body, even if he decides. Continuously, every one of us are pushed into older and older body, and finally die. That's called Kala. You cannot ask the question, why do I grow old? I don't want to grow old. I want to be always young. It will be only a wishful thinking. Every part of your body will grow. Babyhood, youthful, then manhood or womanhood, then old age, then death. Death is not the end of everything. Death is the birth in another body now. When you die here, you are born in another body. Then again you have your experience of life till death. This goes on for millions and millions of lives we have taken in different kinds of bodies. We have all been cat, dog, snakes, everything sometime. Anadi Kale, we are in this material world. After millions and millions of births in different species, some good fortune, we get a human body. And that is the value of this human body, where you can hear about Krishna, where you can understand the purpose of life, human life and attain perfection for your soul. So you don't have to take a birth again in this material world. You go back to Godhead. And these things can be achieved by the mercy of Krishna's representatives. After Krishna leaves this material world, winds up his pastimes and unmanifest. Krishna is eternal, his leelas are eternal, unmanifest to our eyes. Then something wonderful. Same Krishna is available to us, not for our eyes, but for our ears. Those who want to experience Krishna after he has left this world, one can experience Krishna not through the eyes, but through the ears. Hearing Bhagavatam, hearing the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Krishna experience, Krishna consciousness experience can come through hearing. That is very important to understand. Reading is also hearing. When you read, you are hearing. Soft hearing. Self-hearing. Therefore, the way to associate with Krishna, the sun, the brilliant sun, who can remove all darkness around us, bring us into full light, is by hearing or reading transcendental literatures. Composed by pure devotees like Narada and Srimad-Bhagavatam, and Bhakti Vedanta purports by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, our dear loving spiritual master, savior of the whole world. Why is savior of the whole world? Because he has left this wonderful Bhaktivedanta purports. Anybody who reads this comes in contact with His Divine Grace. There is no difference between the Shabda that is left behind by the pure devotee or left behind by Krishna, as in Bhagavad-gita. In terms of consciousness plane, there is no difference. Just like Prabhupada used to say so many times, people are so many times asking, show me God, show me God. Can I see God? Can I see God? Prabhupada replied, you can hear God. Just like a blind man, even if he has eyes, semi-blind, cataract, even if something is clear outside, he cannot see clearly. Is it not? Similarly, our hearing is little blind now. That is why when we hear Srimad-Bhagavatam, that Amrita is not experienced. This is Krishna himself, Bhagavad. And that is why when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, why our heart is not jumping in joy? Because again it is covered. But the very process of hearing repeatedly is a mechanism to remove the deafness, spiritual deafness that is there to our ears. We're spiritually deaf. These are all spiritual sound, spiritually deaf. Behind these ears, there are spiritual ears in the soul. Below these eyes, there are spiritual eyes. That is why when we see Radha, Krishna, Chandra, we don't jump. Our heart doesn't be thrilled. But still, we see, we worship. A day will come when the very same vision will be completely spiritual vision. When your spiritual eyes open, you see, oh, Krishna himself has taken the form of Radha, Krishna, Chandra before me. Similarly, if our heart becomes cleansed through the process of repeated hearing, the Shabda, Shakti Aveshanama, this Shabda has got the potency to clear the cloud that is standing between me, between my spiritual ears and this sound. It has got the potency to dissolve, to clear. The sun is in the sky. When there is cloud between you and the sun, you cannot see the sun. But do you say that the sun is covered by the cloud? Cloud can only cover your vision. Sun can never be covered. Similarly, when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, the brilliant sun of Krishna is on your tongue, is on your ears. It cannot be covered, but you are covered, your heart is covered. So you cannot fully experience. So what does Krishna say? Yes, no problem. You cannot hear my spiritual Shuddha Nama, but I have infused all my Shakti into this Nama that you utter. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. It is not ordinary sound. That sound has got Satya Chitta and Ananda Shakti. Even though you cannot experience the sweetness of my name, repeatedly here, then the cloud will go away. When the cloud goes, a full sun is experienced. So very same Nama that you are chanting now, now you may not be able to taste. But a day will come when you continue doing that, due to the association of Shakti Avesha Nama, this cloud is dissolved. When it is dissolved, then you experience your original spiritual hearing, spiritual seeing, everything. So, these literatures, people will say the Nama of Krishna is the sweetest. Rupa Goswami says, even 1,000 tongues, million tongues are not enough to taste. Millions of years are not enough to taste. That much taste is, that much sweetness is there in Krishna Nama, which we are all chanting 16 rounds. So one should not lose faith. Oh, it is said like that, but I'm not getting any taste like that. No, you have some taste, little taste. That's why you are chanting 16 rounds. But the taste, the process to get the taste is to do tasteless chanting. I don't have taste, I don't want to chant. Then you will never get taste. I don't have taste, but my Shastra says that by repeatedly doing my sadhana of chanting and hearing, the cloud that is standing between the soul and this Nama is dissolved. then perfection of life comes. Everything becomes clear. You all have some knowledge of Krishna consciousness. You all have accepted Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's because some clearance has happened. So don't think that you're chanting, that sweetness is not there, doesn't mean that there is no transformation. The first effect of Nama is to speak into your heart the truths of life, that you are not this body. The truth of birth, death, all these things has struck your heart. Therefore, you are serious about Krishna consciousness. You are serious about wanting Krishna. You are serious about wanting to get out of this material world into a permanent, eternal, spiritual, blissful Satchidananda body in the Satchidananda world. The body is relationship, pleasures, temporary pleasures, temporary happiness that we see in this material world is a reflection, perverted reflection of what is available in the spiritual world in perfectness. Perfect love, perfect happiness, perfect pleasure, perfect body, perfect world. Everything there is Sat, no Asat, no lies, Sat. Everything there is Chit, full of consciousness. No unconscious things like here. Everything is conscious. And Ananda, full of love and full of loving exchange of pleasures with Krishna as a center. So such is the gift that one can get by starting to hear about Krishna, read about Krishna from his pure devotee. Hear the holy name. So we all have benefited from associating with the Shabda, Hare Krishna Shabda, hearing Bhagavatam class, talking to devotees. By that Shabda, it is a Shabda. Whatever has changed you is spiritual Shabda. Please understand. And in this Kali Yuga, spiritual Shabda, because of the technology, it has come in the form of printed books. Just see. Technology is also Krishna's work. People want to use it for sense enjoyment, but ultimately Krishna is sanctioning it. Because it is also a wonderful way, technology is a way by which we can propagate the Shabda. Just see today, more than 2,000 lectures of Srila Prabhupada is available, Shabda, just on your phone. That means if you really want to become Krishna conscious, today opportunity is so much. You don't have to go find a living person, go sit before him. Now I want to hear about Krishna Katha. Oh, nobody is. This was like that before. All was from person to person, physically. Now you can make advancement in spiritual life. Whole of Prabhupada books is available in the iPhone for you. So now we are going to start the book marathon for this year. You can understand how much good you are doing to a person by selling one book of Prabhupada. What happened to you, good fortune, you want to give that to others. That is the spirit behind book distribution. It is Krishna's direct work, Prabhupada's direct work, to distribute this knowledge, spiritual knowledge. You are acting as a representative of Vyasadeva, Guru Parampara, representative of Srila Prabhupada, representative of Krishna. When you go out to distribute a book to someone, you should understand and feel proud. I am representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Guru Parampara. Like a postman. I am Krishna's postman. And you should never think you are alone. When you do Krishna's work, then Krishna's all Shakti is also behind you. Krishna's all Shakti, all kinds of Shaktis. Paramatma seated in your heart will give you the intelligence what to speak, what not to speak, how to convince. And then when you do Krishna's work, you will find wonderful things happening, miracles happening. You will see Krishna's hand there. You can realize Krishna face to face when you see him. You can realize Krishna by hearing. You can realize Krishna by serving him directly. His work, his mission, his work in this material world. Directly he will intervene in your service. He will help you in your service. And you will be wondering how this has happened. It's only Krishna. Invisibly he is with you and he is helping you, giving you the intelligence from your heart to give the book to someone. Inspire him to do some devotional service by paying some amount. When you give free, then there is no value. When they pay, then they know I have to take something from this. I have paid for it. Maybe immediately not. He'll buy the book, go and keep it there. Every time he sees the book, he'll say, oh, I paid for it. I have to get something. Then he'll take one day and he'll read what is in it. But even before reading, because he is paid for it, he has already started serving the Lord. There are so many people, so many experiences of so many devotees who have distributed books of Krishna's direct intervention. Giving intelligence, giving protection. It is one thing to read. Suppose you want to learn swimming. You read a book on swimming. Will you accomplish swimming? No. You have to jump into the water and apply what the book said. If you want to experience the ananda of Krishna consciousness, you have to apply what you read by engaging in service of the Lord. So this book distribution is a great opportunity where you have decided to jump into the ocean of bhakti and serve the Lord. And then when you swim, what is swimming? All the challenges. Somebody will say, no, I don't want. 10 people will say, I don't want. 11th person will say, give me all the books that you have. then you also learn how living entities have free will. I can do my duty, I can speak well, I can convince all that person. Finally, that person should say yes. Krishna is in the heart of the purchaser of the book. Unless his heart says little yes, Krishna will not allow him to make the decision. No, I don't want to buy, he will say. So Krishna is seated in your heart and you are speaking to him. What is this book? Why you should take? Why you should read? Somebody will say, what do I get out of this book? You should reply, you will get everything. Okay, it is truth. Because if you get Krishna, then you get everything. So with that conviction and faith, you should say you will get everything. You will get everything that is good for you. You should tell you will get everything that is good. Do you want anything that will do bad to you? No, I don't want. So you will get everything that will do good to you. Do you want a snake on your neck? No, I don't want. So therefore I am saying, Krishna is very kind. He will not give everything. He will give everything that is good for you. You read this, understand Krishna. Perfection of life is complete dependence upon Krishna, the Supreme Lord, our Supreme Father, eternal friend, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. This book will make you discover God in your own heart. Oh, ISKCON ಅವ್ರು ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ISKCON ದುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬುಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. To help you discover your own God in your heart is the effort of Krishna consciousness movement. And these books will help you discover. So, 1 or 2 months in a year, we request all of you who are mostly involved in worldly duties for your earnings, for your living as a congregation, and you are chanting and reading every day. Now find some time, a month or two, to go and apply what you have learned, to see Krishna's hands in every step of your devotional service. So this book marathon is such a rare opportunity where mercy of Srila Prabhupada freely will flow in the form of your realization, in the form of wonderful things happening before you, and your Shraddha, your faith in Krishna multiplies, increases. These books will save the world, will save the population. Just like karmis have their mission to make money, big corporates have their mission statement. Produce software, this thing, that thing, quality, this, that, all kinds of different automobiles, they have their mission, everybody has their mission. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has his mission. That means there is something in this world that Lord Chaitanya wants, something in this world that Krishna wants. What is it? All the suffering souls in this world should realize their eternal position in the spiritual world and become free from this suffering in this material world, loitering from body to body based on one's karma, good karma, bad karma, a blind life of no certainty. But if you understand this Krishna consciousness, then when you leave this body, yes, with a smile. Whatever, young or old, life is a suffering. And when you're dying, a devotee is very happy. Why? Try some answers. Why is he happy? He is going to Krishna. He is going to the spiritual world. Some foolish people say, before I die, I should build a Vaikuntha-like building, house for me and for my family. And then he'll be attached to that house. Instead of going to Vaikuntha, he will be born as a cockroach in that house. They don't know. In spite of observing in this world, every day cockroaches are born, every day cockroaches are dying, human beings are born, human beings are dying, birth and death continuously happening in this world. What is the law behind it? The law of karma, not accident. Not accidentally you will get a good birth. Similarly, not accidentally you will go to Krishna. You should want Krishna. You should have chased Krishna in this life. By hearing, chanting, hearing. Any questions? So are you all inspired to go full-fledged, swim in the ocean of book distribution marathon? Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada's book marathon ki. Every book that you distribute will be counted by Srila Prabhupada, that so and so distributed by book. So much dear to Srila Prabhupada was his book distribution. Because how much you can talk to one person? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? You give even one small book. Prabhupada's, even 50 pages of talk, you are given to that person. Instead of you giving 10 minutes talk. So that is the reason when we go distribute book, little philosophy you can tell for those who are interested. To others, somehow use your skills, because anyway everybody is in tamoguna and they are all lost in this material world. Sometimes they will say, to philosophical person you can say he'll give you everything good for you. Then he will feel other person, to the tamasic person, you just leave it like that. It will give you everything, you say. Let him take the book. Because he takes the book. Then he will read in Prabhupada's books that Krishna will give me everything that is good for me. Prabhupada will speak. So somehow to distribute the books, from your hand it should go to that person's possession. That should be a goal. This way, that way, that way. Do it. and that is the benefit that you will give to that soul. And Prabhupada will be very happy. And how to talk, how to convince, how to tell things in this way, that way, just like Krishna told Arjuna, Yudhishthira to tell, lies, but a covered lie. Because whatever Krishna does is all good. So whatever you do to deliver this spiritual knowledge for that person, one book means a big pocket of spiritual knowledge. He may read, he may not read, doesn't matter. There are so many stories of devotees who have seen one book in some house, Western devotees. That person 20 years back, somebody sold him. Pictures look very nice, so he came and kept it. And this devotee who became devotee, he went there to that house, their friends, families. He also saw these pictures are very beautiful. He took that book, he read, he became devotee. That means something that you do today, 20 years later somebody will become devotee. Therefore, don't see immediate results. He may read, he may not read. It is to pass on these books. In Bombay, every year so much book distribution happens. When I was in IIT weekends, I used to go to the city. IIT was very far away. We go sometimes. And then, you see in that central Bombay, VT, all the Church Gate, all those places in the footpath, all second-hand books are there. So immediately after marathon, you go in January, you will see a lot of Prabhupada's books. Because we have sold so much. And many of them, after maybe they bought for 5 years back, they emptied their house and cleared their library. It goes second-hand books. So as a student, many of the second-hand books, Nectar of Devotion, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, all I got from the footpath. Because you're a student, you cannot buy. And by then I had not gone to ISKCON also. I don't know there is an ISKCON in Bombay. This was from the library of IIT library. I saw all these wonderful books I was reading. Then I said, oh, here it is available. So how this book travels, you have no idea. It should go out of our stock and it will start traveling. It will start speaking. It will start making devotees. So for all that later on that book happens, where all it goes, imagine Krishna gives you credit for taking it out and giving it to the first person. From him it goes. Spiritual knowledge. The best way to gain knowledge is to give knowledge. If you want to understand Bhagavatam, if you want to understand Bhagavad-gita, best way is to give Bhagavad-gita itself to many others. Then one line you read in Bhagavad-gita, it will go so deep inside. Because you have served Bhagavad-gita. Because these are life. Knowledge is life. Krishna's words, what Krishna spoke is eternal. Hare Krishna. Wish you all the best for the book marathon. Please, all of you, participate enthusiastically. Take this opportunity, as I said, to swim in devotional service, where every step you will see intervention of Krishna.
Krishna yogis. There are some announcement. So first announcement is today the prasadam serving will start little late because of today's book marathon inauguration. So only after the program is over, then the Krishna Murta and one more thing, the prasadam serving will start another hour. And today we will be having a book marathon app launch video, which we have developed recently from the book marathon ministry. And after that there will be a short demo, and then there will be a presentation on different quotes what Prabhupada has told. So as Prabhupada was mentioning that the technology also can be used for Krishna's work. So in the same lines, the book marathon ministry has developed one app for making the administration part of book distribution easier. So today we will be showing the video of the different features of the app. The app will be released in phases, and right now the app is on the Play Store under review for approval from the Google, and in few days it will be approved. After that, all of you can start using the app. So today we are going to show the different features, the total features. Out of that, few will be released in few days. Now I request Bharat Prabhu from the book distribution ministry to come on the stage and hand over the phone to Prabhu for playing the video of the app about the different features.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Now I request His Grace Bharat Prabhu, Book Distribution Ministry, to give some more details about this app.
Hare Krishna to all devotees, Hare Krishna Madhu Prabhu and Vasudev Prabhu and all the devotees here in it's always very inspiring to see so many devotees here doing book distribution, feeling for Prabhupada's, it was very close to Prabhupada's heart, and very happy to see that so many devotees are eager to participate. Just a few announcements from my side. As you all know, among all our Hare Krishna movement group of temples, total of about last year, about 24 temples participated in this marathon. It's not just only this temple participating. We have devotees in New Jersey, we have devotees in Malaysia, okay, and we have devotees in, of course, India is the biggest. We have small temples with 3 devotees doing book distribution. We have big temples like Bangalore doing the book distribution. Of course, Bangalore is the leader of all the temples. Highest is always done by Bangalore, and Prabhupada is very happy. As you all know, Prabhupada would say, a book distribution course, when I hear, it's like, Krishna's blessings. He used to feel that way. So as a group, as a whole, very happy to say 23 temples have participated. So this app was developed so that an overall simpler coordination can happen. It was becoming difficult to coordinate so many temples, their scores. So this app is made, and individual level also somebody can do track it, and even you can do sales directly here in this app. So all these features are there. You can even deposit cash. So we will develop little bit. We lag behind. We should have had the app fully ready. I'm sorry for that. I hope you all understand there is a lot of issues in getting things ready on this one. So, but I would encourage all of you to use this app, dedicate yourselves to these 2 months, and Krishna always had this transcendental competition between gopis to please Krishna. Who will please Krishna more? So Bangalore temple is competing with all temples put together. Note that, okay? So we should Bangalore temple should beat all temples put together. Should be more, be given that you are such a big set of devotees and such a big temple, and very, leaders like Madhu Pandit with us, and we should do it better. This app is to facilitate that, and the overall competition mood is also to please Krishna and Prabhupada more and more better. As a group, as a whole of us, see, after Prabhupada's departure, we all know that, Prabhupada was sidelined, and that's why the book distribution and all little bit, is reduced. So now it's the resurrection. This book distribution, how more it happens, it's the resurrection of the movement as a whole, of Prabhupada's movement as a whole. So let us all compete in that spirit, pray to Prabhupada to give us more spiritual strength, and distribute the books. I would request Vasudev Prabhu to come and tell about the milestones and other aspects of this book distribution here, and it will be great. Yeah, okay. First, one small demo is there of using this app, where you can even sell it and then do. We also have an online book sales also this time. That I would request that all devotees should use this online book sales also as a medium to sell books through the online. We have a portal called Bhagavad-gita As It Is .com. Through that, we will be selling these books online also. So this way, we are trying to add in more and more features to enable this book distribution to reach as many as people as possible. So I would request now to show a demo. Who will show? Hare Krishna. Thank you.
We are going to just show one transaction of distributing a book. Although there are many features, but because of shortage of time, we'll just show one distribution of one book. That's all. Quickly. Anandmaya Prabhu from IT department, head of the IT department. You have to change to app.
Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhupada. So today we are going to show only one feature, though we have so many features you have just seen the video. This is how to distribute the book. So just we have to select the language, which language of book we have to distribute, and select the book quantity. So we get the books with the quantity, and once the books are selected, like this we can select any number of books with the different quantities, different languages, all are possible. Prices will come automatically. Then you have only just two options, cash and online. Today we are going to show online, which is more interesting. So while distributing the books, if you are able to collect the information from those devotees who is purchasing the books, it will be very good, so that we can send a acknowledgement or receipt to the devotee immediately. So here I am mentioning. So I just have taken the devotee's name and taken the mobile number. As soon as the payment is successful, a WhatsApp message goes to the devotee saying that this is what is the transaction detail, this is what the book purchased. Now I am submitting.
Because of screen sharing, payment it is not allowing. So immediately the next payment will happen, which I will do now.
So as soon as the payment is done, automatically your app will recognize payment is successful, and immediately there will be a screen with the details of transaction details. Same transaction details will be sent to the devotee's mobile number through WhatsApp. And as soon as payment is done through online, these books settle even with the stores. We need not separately go and submit the cash. This amount comes back to temple. Books, whatever we have taken is also settled. So that simple it is. Hope everybody understood. Thank you.
Now I request His Grace Vasudeva Keshav Prabhu to come and give the presentation.
I will take just about 10 minutes because I know it's quite late, and I am sure all of you are sufficiently enthused to do book distribution after a wonderful lecture by Madhu Pandit Prabhu. Am I right? Yes. Srila Prabhupada ki. So just a few milestones. We will not get into the detailed presentation that I've made every year. Before I start, I'd like to thank Bharatarshava Prabhu, head of Book Distribution Ministry, to have joined us today on this occasion of Book Marathon Inauguration. He has come all the way from Delhi, from Vrindavan, and he has given us a good target that we are the biggest temple. We should not only take pleasure in being the #1 temple in book distribution, rather we should be more than all other temples put together in book distribution. So just a few interesting figures that I thought you will like it, and I will share that. My mouse. So, sorry. Sorry. Maybe just take one or two quotes and then I'll show the slides. Srila Prabhupada, book distribution ki. In this modern godless civilization, everyone is greatly suffering due to lack of the real knowledge of Krishna. And our task is very great and very important. We must deliver this pure science of God to everyone and give them the chance to make their lives successful. Everyone should preach and distribute books if they want to please me in the best way. Prabhupada is writing, everyone should distribute if you want to please him. Whenever I get report of my book selling, I feel strength. Regarding book sales figures, please endeavor in this way. This is the only solace in my life. When I hear that my books are selling so nicely, I become energetic like a young man. Book distribution is solid. Even if they do not read, simply by touching, they are also benefited. It is so much powerful. The best way to distribute books is that when a person comes and you're trying to sell to him, just give the book and let him have it in his hand. That's the first important method. Just by touching the book, there will be some spiritual energy that will flow inside him, because these are not ordinary books, these are books of Prabhupada. We have seen that simply talking with the book in your hand will not do much, but the book being in his hand and then talking is very effective. So we have seen these glorifications by different personalities, and I brought Bhagavad-gita as a gift for the Japanese Prime Minister. I don't have anything better than Gita to give, and nor does the world has anything better to receive. Sri Vishveshwara Tirtha Swamiji, just as Bhagirata brought the Ganga to India, Swami Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada brought the Bhakti Ganga to the whole world. So, some milestones and awards, every year we have been having it. Of course, actually we should try to serve Krishna one should try to serve Krishna to our full capacity without thought of a reward. Our reward is what? The service itself, as Prabhupada says. This is what Prabhupada is saying. But actually this takes time to actually realize, and until that platform is achieved, some pressure or inducement is required. So although spiritual endeavors do not call for material awards, we would like to show our appreciation to devotees who cross various milestones in their efforts to distribute more and more books to please Srila Prabhupada. So these are the milestones. Milestone 1 is those who have crossed Lakshmi points 35,000. Milestone 2, and this time all awards are different. All the spiritual gifts that you will be receiving will be different from what it was last year. We have specially selected them. Milestone 2 is crossing 65,000 Lakshmi points. Milestone 3 is crossing 100,000. Milestone 4 is crossing 130,000 Lakshmi points. Milestone 5 is crossing 175,000. And milestone 6 is crossing 350,000. And this year we have another milestone added, crossing 500,000 Lakshmi points. It's a special gift for all of you. So last year, interesting figures. This is the number of books that we have been distributing year on year and how we have been increasing year on year. In the year 2020, we distributed 23,000 books, approximately 21, 40,000 books, 22, 53,000 books, and last year we distributed 81,000 books. So what figure shall we put in here for 2024? Very good. Who said 2 lakhs? So we should try to push the limits as much as possible. Shall we keep one figure? Which figure? 2 lakhs? Everyone in agreement? How many of you, please raise your hands? Not many in agreement. 2.5. All the temples put together did 2.5 lakhs worth of books? Total number of books. Oh, Gita alone you're saying? No, this is all the books that we have distributed, Prabhu, in ISKCON Bangalore. Do we have the data, Pradipta? Do we have the data of Gita alone, or have we had that? But all the books of all, we don't have the data of all the books of all the temple. Okay, fine. So now somebody gave a very good suggestion here. Prabhupada said his formula was double it. So shall we keep 1,60,000 books this year? Srila Prabhupada ki. Very good. Very happy to hear this. May Srila Prabhupada bless all of us, and we hope that we will achieve it. Top 5 teams of last year's book marathon. Radharani team, Krishna Consciousness team, Jai Jagannath team, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama team, Chaitanya family team. These were last year's. And awards and categories. So we have added a few different categories this year. So just to encourage more teams. First is top 5 teams based on maximum Lakshmi points. And then we have the maximum number of Srimad-Bhagavatam sets, maximum number of CC sets. Then we have the 2 best distributors which your team head will recommend from teams who have reached the 5th milestone. That was 3,50,000 Lakshmi points. Biggest bulk order of books, whoever gets the biggest bulk. And this year we have added this to encourage small book sales also. So anybody who does the maximum number of BG or the maximum number of Krishna book or the maximum number of Science of Self-Realization will also be given a special recognition. Teams distributed maximum number of SP biography also, all put together, will also be recognized. And these are the dates. We start today. And the last date for which the scores will be accounted in this book marathon season. After that, the book distribution you do will be accounted in the annual season is 26th January. So we have 9 weeks of book marathon. And some online books can be purchased. These are the Bhagavad-gita As It Is.org. And through the word of mouth, anyone across India can buy books and get books delivered to their personal address and also to their friends and relatives. So online is a great potential. We haven't really unleashed the online potential, but we are trying to ramp up our online initiatives. Today, if we are distributing 1.6 lakhs books through this large team, you can distribute 10 times, 20 times more in online. Our online presence is very small. So slowly we are trying to see. I would also like to give a special make a special mention to, and the credit to all the team members who were involved in developing the app. It's a very big achievement that we have made. These days everything is app-based, and so Bharat Prabhu, Pradipta Narsimha, and Anand Maya, a special clap for them for having developed that app. All these devotees have been working for the last almost 1 month trying to make this app, and of course last just 7 days, it really got into a very big momentum. And you see how many features and how many things are there. I'm sure you'll be able to distribute more. So it's a very nice thing that has come out from ISKCON Bangalore, and this is going to serve all our temples, all our movement, the entire movement. Marathon coordinators, Ranganath, as he has been there always, he's always reachable. You can register as Krishna Ashraya team, folk team, or KL team. Sadhika, sorry, we forgot to add that. So total 9. So these are the 4 teams you can register as under one of these categories. Our preaching work will be measured by the quantity of books we distribute, so continue ever increasingly. Do you know when the first book distribution happened? This is the last one interesting fact which all of us should know. By whom and which year? It happened about 200 years ago by the great pure devotees Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, Shyamananda Pandit. Okay, not 200, about 500 years ago, sorry, in the year 1579. And they also had a book distribution score. They were pure devotees, but they were also maintaining a score. If we are wondering why so much scores for us, why so much data, we should just go and distribute. Even pure devotees were maintaining a score. And this is their score chart. Srinivas Acharya's book distribution show. Bhagavatam, 6 books. Jnanadasa's song, 23 books. Govindadasa's song, 19. Narottam Das Pratna, 11. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, 1. Chaitanya Bhagavat, 22. And like this. And then the score of Narottam Das Thakur, Bhagavatam, 2. And like this it goes on. Chaitanya Chandamrita 5, Chaitanya Bhagavata 45. And Shyamananda Prabhu's book distribution score, Bhagavatam 4, Jnanadasa's songs 10, and it goes on like this, and Chaitanya Bhagavata 25. So now, these scores aren't big, right? Our scores are much, much bigger. So why do you think these scores are small? There was no technology 500 years ago. There was no printing technology 500 years ago. Each book was being hand copied and distributed. Shri Narottam Das Thakur ki, Shyamananda Pandit Prabhu ki, Srinivas Acharya ki. So you can imagine the amount of effort these devotees were putting in. Just see. There's a very nice quote of Srila Prabhupada. I'll read it out. I am so much pleased upon all the boys and girls all over the world who are understanding and appreciating this unique quality of our transcendental literature, and voluntarily they are going out to distribute my books despite all circumstances of difficulty. We all know there will be difficulties. Despite all circumstances, we are distributing. And then Prabhupada writes one very nice thing. This is a letter that Prabhupada is writing to his disciple. By your effort alone, you are assured to go back home, back to Godhead. So don't go by how many, try your best to distribute. You have to reach 1.6 lakh, but each one of us, only effort is required. That is what pleases Srila Prabhupada, and all of us can put our effort. So these 3 devotees, the story concludes like this. These 3 devotees said, they lamented that they're distributing so few books, because hardly any numbers. And then they said, but in future, we are confident that there will be one great Acharya who will come on this planet Earth and will distribute the pure message of love of Godhead to millions of people by distributing books in lakhs and lakhs of numbers. That is what Srila Prabhupada has done. He's in the same Guru Parampara. So, few tips and suggestions. Please, of course, you have many tips and you will be knowing because you're all seasoned and you'll have better tips and suggestions, some of you sometimes. Gifting to friends and colleagues, famous temples, events like book festival, door to door. This year, we are celebrating the Mahakumbh Mela in Allahabad. And in fact, Bharat Prabhu was very busy. He is coordinating the entire Mahakumbh Mela planning, coordination, and entire organizing from VCM Temple in Allahabad. So VCM Temple has taken the lead, and Prabhu has been given that, he has taken up that service. So we are setting up a camp for about 45 days. We have got a good piece of land by the efforts of our devotees, about 3 acres of land we got, Prabhu? 3.5 acres of land the government of Uttar Pradesh has given us. And it's in a very nice place. So we have a special offer to everyone who wishes. How many of you wish to go to Kumbh Mela and distribute Prabhupada books? Very good. And all the books that you distribute, if you go to Kumbh Mela and distribute, all those accounts will be accounted in your book marathon score. And all the devotees wishing to go, they'll be provided free stay and free prasadam. You all that free accommodation and prasadam. Only you'll have to plan your travel from here to there. It calls for certain little austerity, but it'll be very nice. You'll have a very good experience. You can take bath in Kashi, and distributing books in that holy place will leave you with a very nice experience. So that is about Kumbh Mela. And book distribution is my life. If book distribution increases, I will never die. I'll be living for centuries. So I'll end with a very short story, what Madhu Pandit Prabhu was saying. Connected to that, I was reminded of a very nice story. Once, few devotees were distributing books, and they came across one scholar. He was a PhD. He was such a big scholar, he was the guide for other PhD students. You know, many people were doing PhD under his direction. So very big scholar. He writes columns, on religious columns in books, in newspapers and articles, very big person. So our devotees approached him. It's a real story. So our devotees approached him and they said, can you please take this book? You're a big scholar. This is a Bhagavad-gita. They were giving him a Bhagavad-gita. So that person said, I have read 8 commentaries on Bhagavad-gita. Why do you think I should take this book? What is so special in this book that I should take it? I've already read 8 of them. So I will not take it. So then our devotees somehow, they said, you please, they gave the book in his hand, like I was mentioning. And because the book was in his hand, he cannot just simply give it back. So he said, okay, I will read only the first verse, one verse. First verse is the logical. I'll read the first verse of the first chapter and then I'll decide whether I'll take it or not. He read that, and after a few moments of reading that book, he said, I will not take this Bhagavad-gita alone. I will take the entire set of Swami Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada's books. This Bhagavad-gita is so marvelous, it is so great. I have never read a commentary like this. So that is the power of Srila Prabhupada books. So it's just that we have to put in our effort, and Prabhupada will be very, very pleased with us. So with these few words I'll close. Happy book distribution to all of you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. So Pradipta Narasimha Prabhu, who is overseeing the Krishna Ashraya services, will always be available. All of you know him, and he's been very actively involved in the entire book marathon from last 1 year. And so if you have anything, please contact him, and please contact all other devotees down the BBT team. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada book distribution ki. Nitai Gaur Premanand.
Just last one announcement. The teams or individuals who wants to register, there are QR code outside on the both sides, and volunteers are there. You can register for the book marathon by scanning the QR code and filling the registration form. You can also do this at BBT Godown. Srila Prabhupada ki.